Hey, I'm Demi. Welcome to the Compassion Shift, a space where we slow down, soften up, and return to balance. Here we let go of the pressure to be anything other than who we are right now, messy, brilliant, and everything in between. We're not chasing or fixing what's broken. We're shifting from the voice of the inner critic and urgency to the voice of intuition, giving yourself the permission to show up fully in your softness and your strength. Here we meet all the parts of ourselves, the light and the shadow, with compassion that doesn't coddle but pulls us inward. I'll be pulling cards and I'll be playing sound bowls and sharing whatever intuitive messages come up. Sometimes it's going to feel like the wind in a jungle of trees, and other times it'll feel like the stillness just before dawn. Either way, you'll leave with something. Let's get started. Take a second and tune in to which one of these sounds you're feeling today. Listen to each one. Taking a moment to slow down. Whichever sound feels good to you today is going to be where your message is coming from. So sound number 1 or sound number 2. Sound number 1 or sound number 2. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and pull the first card for bowl number 1. Okay. Bowl number 1. What is your external reality right now? What's going on in your external world? Tone, well, sound. Number 1. Let's see. The card that's up under here. This is going to be what's going on for tone number 1's external reality. Now let's listen to sound number 2. If you're feeling like today's message is coming from sound number 2, let me go ahead and pull your first card. Which is going to be what's going on in your external reality. So maybe in your body. Oh, this one. All right. Tone number 1. What's going on in your external reality? Commune. The herb is psilocybin. The number is 49, which is a 12, which would also be a 3. And commune. Okay, so it feels like what's going on in your external world is that you have been wanting to connect with other people. You've been wanting to connect with other people. Some of you may have been feeling lonely, but I actually don't feel like that's a majority of you. I feel like actually a lot of you have been connecting with other people. You feel like you've been, and this actually could be online or in person. Your physical environment right now is very much like directed outward. you have been maybe giving your energy in a lot of different places. This doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing, though. This could be a good thing, right? So yeah, it feels like you've been looking outside of yourself a lot as well. And this can look like researching a lot. Like if some of you have an idea, maybe business wise, or even not even business wise, but trying to figure out what's going on with you internally, there's actually been like a lot of external movement. So like researching either ideas on the business side, but on the more emotional and mental side, like researching what are some better coping mechanisms, what are some things that I can do differently, how to build a solid routine. Like just a lot of you are looking for answers that are either like online or asking for advice from other people. We're gonna see in a second what's going on in your heart and your mind, but that's what it looks like for your external reality. So now for our second card, we are going to see what's going on in your heart and your mind. What beliefs do you have? So what beliefs are you having actually around community or around searching for things externally? Like we're going to see how it shows up specifically in your heart and your mind. Oh, my sound number one, people. Oh, my sound number one, people. We're just taking our time here, seeing what message wants to come up. So let's see, what's been going on in your heart and your mind? What's been going on in your heart and your mind? This is different beliefs or feelings or your attitude. What are your beliefs and your feelings and your attitude towards searching for answers or community outside of yourself? What's the belief or the feeling that's going on? What's going on in your heart and your mind? What's going on? What's going on? Let's see what's going on. I'm going to do one more. Okay, what's going on? All right, so the herb is amanita. The herb is conduit. The word is conduit, and the number is 42, which is a 6. We're going to read from the book on this one. The word is conduit. Let's see. See if we can get some guidance. And actually, I don't even know what amanita is. Fun facts. All right, so interesting. All right, so this actually came out in the reverse, if y'all saw. So since it came out in the reverse, we're gonna read it in the reverse. So let me sit it up. Right. So in the reverse, a lack of belonging, disconnected from source, family healing, unhappiness, ungroundedness. Wow. Okay. So it's interesting. So we were talking about, actually, yes, let's take a moment here. Let's take a moment. Some of you have been feeling really disconnected. And that's why you've been trying to search outside of yourself, actually. Been really feeling like the answers are somewhere. I feel like some of you have been feeling like the answers are somewhere where almost you can't even find them, right? Like, and it feels like some of you are Some of you are starting to get worn down, it feels like. And that's okay. That's okay. Let's take a moment to just be like, you know what? Yeah, I do feel worn down from trying to search for things. I do feel worn down for trying to figure out what my next move is. That's okay, right? We give ourselves compassion here. That's okay. But you got to face that, right? We got to face, what is it exactly are you looking for that you think is outside of yourself? There's nothing wrong with connecting with other people. There's nothing wrong with asking for advice, right? Balance and everything, of course. But what I'm really seeing and feeling right here, like looking at, communion and it's going on in our external reality, and then what are our beliefs and our mindsets around it, and the beliefs and the mindset around it is that you are disconnected. You're disconnected, even though you're trying so hard on the external reality to make it look like you're connected, to make it look like you're figuring it out, but you don't have it figured out, and that's okay. Like, I'm not saying that's not a bad thing. Actually, it's not a bad thing when we're able to sit in the reality of knowing, like, yeah, I don't fully feel grounded in this moment, right? I feel like I just have to keep going this way, that way, and the other way to figure out how to come back to home base. And we're gonna see in a second what our higher self is calling us to do, right? What our intuition might be telling us to do. But I do just want to take a moment to sit in that, to be there, to face it, to recognize it. Remember, having compassion is not coddling. It's recognizing that you've been looking outside of yourself for all the answers. You've been looking outside of yourself for all the answers. What is it that's going on in your internal reality that makes you feel like you can't find the answers? What is it that's making you actually feel disconnected? Right? That's the question that we sit and we ask. When these things come up that feel like we're out of sorts, right? When these things come up where it feels like we just keep running ourselves into the ground, we're trying to figure out the right answer. Which, by the way, there is no right answer. Let's take a moment for that. There is no right answer. Yeah? There is no right answer. And that can feel, for me, right, when I have like the inner critic that likes to come up in my head, likes to say, you need to have the right answer. You need to know. But that's not actually true, because we don't have the right answer. And frankly, the people outside of us don't have the right answer either. They don't know. They don't know your vision. They don't really know what's going on internally. Yes, we can talk about it. And again, there's a balance to that. I'm not saying that it needs to be isolated. And again, I'm about to pull to see what our intuitive message is, or what our higher, I don't like saying higher self, but what our other versions of ourselves, I'm gonna just say higher self now. What our higher self is saying, we're gonna see in a second. But yeah, it's just what it feels like is we need to acknowledge that we've been searching, and that maybe this is a time to go inward. Maybe this is a time to recognize that not everybody else, or no matter how much you research, at a certain point, there is no right answer. You're not going to get to a right answer. Like, even when I am trying to create new projects, right? Or when I'm trying to make a decision, I have found myself going down rabbit holes for hours, for days, weeks, even months before I even make a decision, right? Or even do something, or looking to other people to tell me or give me permission, when nobody else can give you permission. And what does it look like to ask for permission? It's not even, most of the times it's not saying, hey, do you think sometimes it is saying, do you think I should do this? That is a version of asking for permission. Sometimes it's just saying, yeah, I was thinking about, and I don't know, but you don't actually say, hey, do you think I should? but you're secretly hoping that somebody will give you the answer, or you're on Google or on social media looking at all these different people and what they're doing. And again, it's okay to sometimes get ideas, but right now it feels like you've done that. You've done that enough. You've searched for other people already even on an emotional side. So that's a business side. But I feel like a lot of you are doing it on the emotional side too, trying to look for other people to help you to feel better. And actually, and it's okay to get support. It's okay to talk about things. Again, that's another side of it, because we never want to get off balance. It also just feels like a lot of you, it's time. Let's go ahead and let's see what our third card is. Let's see what our third card is. But actually, let's take a moment to sit in that. Sit in what just came up. Okay. All right. So for our third card, which is our soul card, yeah. It's the guidance, it's the energy. So maybe the direction that your soul wants to take you. If any of you have or are connected with guides, I feel like this was the card actually. It just popped up. This is also the connection, the soul guidance, right, from guides or things of that nature. Angel's trumpet, death. The number is 46, which is a 10, which is also 1. Ones are, I believe, also new beginnings as well. So the death card, your soul guidance, yours. All right, so your soul guidance is that, honey, you're transforming, right? And the transformation is actually going to come when you stop looking outside of yourself. So the death card is a card that is about transformation. It is about axing all the mindsets, the habits, the ways of being that you've been before, because you're literally becoming a different person. I know that sometimes we hear that, or we may see that like, oh, transformation. I feel like I've been in a state of transformation for a couple years now, honestly. And but there's levels to it, and there's layers, yeah, and then it spirals, but the spiral is only going upwards. This death card is beautiful here, because our soul, what I'm feeling is the soul guidance is that going inward is going to allow you to see all the ways in which you doubt yourself, all the ways in which maybe you need to, your soul is asking you to change the way you move, the way you see things, so that you can have a life that feels more fulfilling. And honestly, I'm feeling in every area, in business and emotion and romance and friendships, actually, because with that commune card that came out first, when we were saying what's going on the external, and it's that you guys are someone's keep searching outward. And of course, we know that the answers are always inside of us, always, always. But this really feels like a call to open that journal, hun. You know what I'm saying? Open that journal, get into silence, take a second and see, what is it that I want? Get grounded in ourselves, connect with ourselves, feel stable in ourselves. And use the tools, use the things that you know how to use in order to get there. It's not that you don't know how. It's that sometimes we're not willing to sit and do the things it takes to get there. Yeah? So, to my people who resonated with sound number 1, this is your message for today. I hope that something that you heard was something that you can take away, and if not, then that's cool too. Okay, for my people who resonated with sound number 2, this was your card that I pulled from earlier, and this is going to be what's going on in your external reality. So this is our body card, okay? Whatever's going on in your external reality, your physical environment, and how you are maybe interacting with other people or your outside world. Interesting. So the number is 9. Our herb is chamomile, and our word is inner peace. Interesting. So I love how this is actually our external reality card, right? How we're relating with other people, or our physical environment, things that are going on the outside. And it says inner peace. And so it seems like some of you may not be feeling peaceful with how you're interacting with your, like what's going on in your life right now. It seems like maybe chamomile is a very soft herb. It's very light in flavor. It helps to calm your nervous system, helps you to sleep, things like that. And so maybe some of you are feeling like when it comes to your external, like things that are going on in your physical reality, it can feel it's really unsettling for you right now. Maybe something has actually happened, or it could be something that's in your mind, right? That's sort of making you feel like there's just a lot of chaos in your world right now, externally, and what's going on in your physical reality. Some people feel like things are happening to you instead of for you, but that definitely feels like what's going on here. So let's go ahead and pull our second card, which is going to be what is going on in your heart and your mind. So on the inside, what's our mindset right now? What is going on with how you've been feeling about the things that are going on in your life? Let's see here. We're doing more shuffle. Okay. All right, what's been going on in your heart and in your mind? What's been going on in your heart and in your mind? What's been going on in your heart and in your mind? This one, this top one. All right. Oh, so the number is 41, which is a 5. The herb is poppy and the word is dream. This came out in the reverse. So it seems like it's hard for you guys to dream. Someone has not been feeling super inspired. And this is because of that the stuff that's been going on in the external world. So like not feeling super peaceful. Maybe things have been chaotic, and so that's been causing you to not really feel a lot of inspiration when it comes to the things. Well, inspiration in your love. I'm actually feeling in your love life, and I don't really talk about, this is not we don't really do love readings like that, but well, yeah, I'm feeling like what's coming up in your love life, actually, it's hard for you to dream about the possibilities of what could be. Also in your friendships too, it's not just romantic, but just like overall, it feels like it's been hard for you to dream, hard for you to have faith, right? Have faith in what could be, have faith in what the possibilities are. I'm feeling like it's time for you to think a little bigger, right? Think and dream and feel bigger than what your circumstances might be telling you. This is faith, right? Even though we can't see it, we can still believe it. Because that faith is what's gonna propel you forward. And we're gonna pull, of course, our soul card and see what's going on with your soul and what your higher guidance might be. But it's really feeling like this all of the chaos that's going on in your external world, this disruptive energy that's been going on in your external world, is really messing with your nervous system, and also just your ability to continue creating, continue to believe in the possibilities of what could be, the possibilities of what you can also do within yourself. Okay, and so let's go ahead and see what our soul guidance is. Honestly, I didn't pull, I didn't shuffle it, but I feel like this one is our card. So the number is 6, and then the word is the herb is sage, and then our word is blessing. Yeah, all of this is a blessing in disguise, right? The things that are going on that might not feel so great, the things that are keeping you from, that make you feel like you're stuck, is still a blessing in and of itself. I was just talking about faith. So it's like, it can be hard to see it. Maybe it can be hard to even believe it, but there's so much that is coming in for you, and that's already happening. There's a blessing that's on its way. The blessing is basically already here. I really do feel like you're being asked, though, to have a little more faith, right? And maybe the question is, why don't I believe? Why can't I believe in the things that I don't necessarily see right in front of me? Let's take a second with that one. Let's take a second. Why do you have a hard time, or why is it in this moment that you're having a hard time believing the things that you can't see right in front of you? Is it because something didn't work out in the past? Is it because right now in your external reality, maybe somebody's telling you that you can't? Maybe it's because things aren't going your way in the way that you thought, right? And it's really stifling your dreams. It's really stifling your ability to see anything past the things that are happening right now, right? Why? Like, what is it? Is it because you feel like if you're not doing it now, you won't be able to do it ever? Is it because you feel like you don't have that love right now, that you won't have that love ever? Is it because you don't have that career or that income or what, even passion right now, that you won't have it forever? Take a second to go inward and ask yourself, why? Because your higher self, right? Spirit, your guides, your ancestors, is telling you that there is a blessing for you. I mean, you are the blessing, right? There's definitely a blessing for you that's on its way. And in order to get there, though, we gotta have faith, right? That this belief that our dreams can come true, that things can happen for us that's beyond our imagination, even if we can't see it, and even if it doesn't look like how we think it should look like, right? We give ourselves compassion for being in how we feel right now, right? We give ourselves compassion because, yeah, it's super frustrating when it feels like our world is in chaos and our world is in disarray. Maybe you're not having the relationships that you want to have, like the experiences that you want to have right now. And so and that doesn't feel good, and it sucks. And so take a moment to give yourself some compassion and some grace. Okay. Yeah, that didn't come together the way that I thought it would. I keep running into roadblocks every time I try and do XYZ. Things aren't thriving in the way that I wanted them to. And yeah, if it can feel like there's no point in dreaming. Okay. And also, where's the blessing in it? Where's the faith? Even a little bit of faith. That's enough. How can you view your situation in a way or have a different viewpoint, right? Sort of shift your thoughts to a place where you can look at some possibilities. You could look at some different potential outcomes for whatever the situation is. Look at a different avenue. How can I show up differently? I feel like we're gonna read from the book from this for this Sage Blessing card. Yeah, I want to do that. But you have blessings that are coming, that are on the way. You really do. Yeah, I want to do that. But you have blessings that are coming, that are on the way. You really do. So, our card was Sage. Also, I'm feeling a lot of, some of you maybe take a spiritual bath, do some clearing, some cleansing, get in some water. Even if you take a shower and just say, you know, I'm releasing any energy that isn't for my highest good. Get into some clearing work, some cleansing work, too, over the next few days. Yeah, over the next few days. All right. So our sage, blessing, purification. Yep. Invocation, sacred gift, spiritual cleansing, reassembling emotional body, mystical sight. Yeah, that's why that clearing, that cleansing just came up, actually. And let's go ahead and see what the guidance is. We're not going to read everything about sage, but let's see what our guidance. So like the moon card in the tarot is the great portal of the river of life. The silver light of sage grants us the power of insight while we navigate the darkest hours. The lunar powers of sage remind us to look inward to receive visionary insight from spirit. Don't get consumed by the emotional interplay. Allow it to pass like the clouds. Draw upon the inner reserves of your sight to navigate darkness and become keenly aware of what is causing inner disturbances, fear, and unhappiness. The initiation that you're undergoing, although it's unfamiliar, is a really great blessing. Feel yourself cease and reassemble as you break illusions to unearth hidden truths. Surrender. Don't stand in your own way. Allow the silvery white light of sage to shatter illusions as you undergo a great awakening. Shattering those illusions. It's not that you can't, you can dream. It may feel like things are not going your way, but it's an illusion. It's time to allow that illusion to shatter, okay? So, people who resonate with sound number 2, this was your message for today. I hope it resonated with you in a certain way. And if it didn't, that's cool too. Remember to live your life with love, grace, and gratitude. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.